Are you questioning your decision of starting an online business because you're exhausted, you're overwhelmed, and extremely burnt out? Most people start an online business because they want to stop trading time for money. But what ends up happening is they end up working way more hours and hustling even harder than they ever thought they would need to. But making money online doesn't mean that you have to do that or trade your time for money. So if this is how you've been feeling, then listen in, because in this video, I'm going to be sharing the ultimate online business model that allows you to work less hours while still making bank. And at the end of the video, I will also be giving a few extra tips if you are just starting your online business or thinking about starting one. Now, the reason why I am so passionate about this topic and sharing this with you is because when I first started my business years ago, I did it the wrong way. I had papers everywhere, sticky notes of names and things to do, all scattered throughout my office, thinking that in order to get that ultimate goal, that big payout at the end, that was how you had to do it. But what ended up happening was my business started to bleed into my everyday life. I was no longer able to even prioritize myself, my family, and my health, and completely blind to the fact that I was not doing it the right way. And honestly thought that I had to do that at the beginning to get that big payout. But in the end, what happened is that I was so burnt out that I hit a huge wall and landed myself on my couch for months upon months. I hated my business. I didn't want to even lift a finger and move that business forward. I literally wanted to quit and throw in the towel. However, that goal that I saw, the life that I envisioned myself and my family living, I knew that it could only be done by having and using and utilizing my knowledge. So after months of spending time on the couch and being completely useless to my family, I vouched that I was going to continue building my online business, but that I would not do it that way ever again. So I researched all the ways, the right way how to build a business. I tested, I learned, I failed, I learned from those failures, continued to grow. And in fact, that is how I created the Stop the Scroll method to begin with. It is through that testing, that failing, and that growing that I developed the method that turns leads into cash. And today, now I have that business that I absolutely love, that has boundaries, and I'm spending way less hours because I've used my knowledge and created a business that makes money while you sleep. And this is what that business model looks like. Now, first, you have to identify your signature product. I talked about this in previous videos, but your signature product is where you're going to be sending the bulk of your traffic to. However, you want that signature product to be a DIY model, do it yourself, meaning that as the traffic comes and people start to enroll into that program, it's up to them to do the work, to apply the work and learn it as they go. So you may have spent a lot of time up front building that DIY program, but the time that you need to invest into maintaining it is far less, allowing you to back up and out. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to have any touch point with those students or clients, and you may want to consider maybe, going in once a month or keeping up with your clients, say on Slack, but ultimately the bulk of that work, like I said, is up to that student or client to do. So this is where we're sending all of our traffic to. Then what will happen is, say they go to check out or purchase that program, that's where you can offer them an upgraded version. Now, this upgraded version is going to be the done with you model. So this can be like a mastermind, an accelerator, or even like a monthly membership. So obviously your time is coming a little bit more into play, but not everybody is going to do the upgraded version. In fact, the people that you're going to want to be spending your time with are the ones that will do the upgraded version. And the payout will be worth your time. Now, after that, that's where you're going to have your highest ticket or highest container. And that's going to be a do it for you model. So at this point, you might even have an agency or just services that you provide your clients. But because this is your highest ticket and highest container, you get to qualify the people for this program. And you get to decide how many clients, how many people you want in that program. You don't need to fill that program up because financially that's what you need, because you've had the other step to create the meat and potatoes of your business. This is just like the gravy. So you don't have to have this right up front, but it is something that you can build to. And even perhaps that's where you can start into that agency where you bring on other people to even do the work for you, where you just get to be more of the consultant. Now, don't get me wrong, it'll take a while to get to that point, but again, this is the ultimate business model that we're getting towards. Okay, now let's back it up. What if you're there and you're saying, but Katelyn, I just don't want to sell courses? That's absolutely fine. That's where we are going to swap out the courses to a coaching program. However, you want that coaching program to be a one-to-many, so a group coaching program or mastermind where you're not individually teaching each student, but you're in there once, and then again, all those people show up and they can break out and do their own work. And your upsell or upgraded version is going to be or can be that private one-to-one coaching. Now, here are some tips if you're just starting your business or you're thinking about starting one. It's actually going to be a little bit backwards of a business model. And what I mean by that is you're actually going to start with your done for you container. The reason for that is not only financially, it really will help you get yourself on your feet, but it is actually where you're going to work out those kinks and figure out your method, your framework, your system to achieving the results that you can therefore go and teach in that course. You don't want to start off with a course because you haven't really even determined what is working and how to do it. So how can you go and teach other people? Then once you've had a few clients, you've had some experience, you've gotten to work out those kinks and even start to create a profit to allow you that buffer to reinvest, then you can go ahead and build out the DIY and the upgraded version of that DIY. Now, keep in mind, like I said, what I shared with you is the ultimate business model if you want to be working less hours. But there are plenty of other business models out there that you can utilize. You just have to base it off of your goals, your experience, and even your credentials. And it gets to look however you want it to look. That's the exciting part about running and owning your own online business. Now, if you truly want that business that makes money in your sleep, this is where you need to start building out your sales funnels, because these funnels will work for you to automate those enrollments and where you will literally be waking up with more money in your bank account. And like I mentioned already in this video, if you want to learn how to turn those leads into cash, that's where you're going to go and learn my stop the scroll method. Okay, now that you have that business model, you have your sales funnel, or you're at least starting to build out those sales funnels, now it's all about marketing and promoting your business so that more people know about you and know about what you do. So if you want to learn how to skyrocket your marketing, you're going to go head over to this video and learn the one thing that is going to change everything. So I'll see you over in that video. Bye for now.